hate this portion of things. I do. This is I know I love doing this, but like I have discovered that like for a lot of the live session last time, I was sort of in the way of you seeing the painting. I kind of want to rectify that at some point in time. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I have some ideas, and it's going to require another camera and some arms, I think. So there's that. Okay. So at any rate, we'll figure that out in another time. But right now, yeah, like you might imagine. So alrighty, and then I can have the other camera more on me, and the other one, on the painting, and we'll kind of go from there. So at any rate, I am doing more of the background on this guy today. Kind of up in the air about colors that I'm going to go with, but I do know that I'm going to utilize a lot of the liquid on this. I'm going to be doing kind of a glaze layer over the entire thing. A couple of these kind of wider brushes, maybe even a bigger brush. I'm not sure. Might even do this guy. Do this one. I do like this. Maybe I'll use this for smoothing. My new brush, which is there is my favorite brand of brush, which is Brani Bonazzi. It's an Italian paintbrush size type that is kind of amazing, really. When you, I was introduced to it at Luca Comics and Games a couple of years back, and let's just say that was an eye-opening experience with those brushes. Very good, very, very nice. Oh yes. It's very nice. Okay, so I think I liked the red ochre. What is this one? This is Rouge Sancerre. Okay, well, let's take a look at some of these colors. See what we like about it. There's that one. Okay, I can see that. Being something nice. And then this one. Or do I want to do that kind of dark? Well, let's put some reds down, and then I'll do the darker color on another layer. Red. These are very similar colors. Right there. I want this one to be better, which is the red ochre. I really like red ochre. It's quite nice. What's this guy? This guy is a burnt sanguine. Oh, this is a brune sanguine. Yeah, I'm going to give this a go. Well, let me make sure I like this. Let me see. Sanguine. Oh no. Why not? Give it a go. You only live twice. Alrighty. So what I'm gonna do. So I've got this liquid left over from yesterday, and I'm going to put a goodly amount of this in here, and I'm going to give this a mix. Basically, I'm creating. It's like a heavy glaze is really what it boils down to. Nothing too special, just kind of a thing, and then we're basically just going to be layering this down in parity. Now I'm just mixing this guy in here. Like I said, it's a heavy glaze, so I mean it's going to have some coverage ability. Now this is a little bit brighter than I was expecting, but you know what? Who cares? It's see what we can get going on here. You know, bring some heavy reds into it. Why not? All right, so let's take a look here. Yeah. So I'm basically going to lay this down on the entirety of this. These, oh, kind of like the oranges. They're sort of inherent in all of it. Oh, do I want? I think I want some cobalt dryer in here too, just because I want to be able to work on this again tomorrow. Okay, do that. Yeah, and we're going to be using up all of this anyways. So little pro tip for, I really hate that phrase, so I'm never going to use that again. That was awful. It's dirty in my mouth. All right, anyways, so I'm going to be, so when I go to not restaurants, but the incorrect place that I'm thinking of. When I go to like B&Bs, or I go to, you know, like breakfasts in the morning and stuff like that, oftentimes they have jam in these little containers here. Like, this is Fruity Tabasco. But, so I use the jam, and then I save the jars, and they are perfect for doing like liquid and like pigment mixes, especially if you're going to mix some colors, so that you don't, so that you have, all your colors kind of in place. Like you're not going to be doing weird things with it. If you are going to do weird things, like if I'm going to do a color that is a mix, especially, worst thing to do is, if you want nice clean planes and stuff like that, the worst thing that you can have happen is for that to run out, part of the way through your process. I think I kind of like this color. Kind of again, Siobhan, as far as I can tell so far, he's got some unique and some great colors that are available. Again, the pigment content is not as high as, like, say, a Vernet from Holbein or something like that. But he does make them, so I bet that I could request, or just buy more pigment. Ask him to mix, buy more pigment, and then kind of go from there. So yeah, I bet this would work out well. Okay. So I'm doing, again, these things very light. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to add these reds in. And then in a minute, I will, if I run out of paint, maybe I'll switch up the color, and then I'll blend those two colors together and kind of have some interesting things. So I'm kind of laying these in place in like sections, so that if I get to a point where I'm going to be mixing, I'll be mixing in like an actual interesting sort of pattern and whatnot. Alright, so I felt like these guys here, they're kind of mixing together. Alright, now we're going to get down here into this section, and one of the things that I keep on remembering to do is make sure that I can get to the bottom here. Another thing that I will be wanting to lean into is making sure that I get the edges. But honestly, I'm going to try doing that a little bit later on because as it stands right now, because I'm doing so many pieces at one time and so many layers, stuff like that, I don't really have things sort of set together. I don't know how all of this is going to, I don't know how it's all going to flow. So yeah, no, sorry, I got distracted there. I don't know how this is going to end up, and so I'll just end up utilizing kind of a basic color on the edges of it eventually, like on the, and again, and most of the time, well, not most of the time, but some of the times, people will often just kind of cover, the sides anyway, so there's no real point to painting them. But I like to do it anyways, just in case you decide to not put it in a frame and you want to put it up on your wall. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it through the entire thing. Oh yeah, definitely want to paint. So I am not used to painting quite so big. I've been painting larger most of my career, but like this is a little bit larger than I anticipated. So I didn't make enough paint for this, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. It's going to be an interesting, fun experiment any way we look at it. Again, and this is this canvas here. And the reason why I'm being so cavalier with it is that it is my least favorite canvas. It's got more texture on it than I would like, and so as a result, I'm like, well, I don't know. The reason why we're not working on the other painting right now, and why we may not until later on today, is that I got up this morning, well, this afternoon, and discovered that it is in fact not dry yet. So there's that. Keep on doing this thing where I spend so much time on this interior part, and really there's no point. It's just going to be covered up by form, so just need to remember that as I'm going in. And here we go. This doth marketh the last bit of paint that I have in here. Get the rest of it out. But again, for the most part, completely empty. And again, I could just spread this out and call it a day, get some lighter tones in there. But I don't know that I could get all through here with the existing paint that I have on the canvas. It would be very light, and it would be, not what we really want to do. Now, I'm going to hurry up. I'm going to mix some more, throw some more liquid in here. And I think I'm going to use the pink shade after dropping my paintbrush. which is really very much not a pink at all. It was more a almost like a purple in a lot of ways, but it is a shade color. So I'll use it kind of as such. And I'm going to probably use the same brush. Go from there. All right. So that. Set this here for a moment. Find the shade. Where's the shade? Big shade. Got it. Really do like this color. I will definitely be buying more of it as we go forward. And that's probably enough. Watch, I'll be short again. Who knows though. And this purple will dry out. Two good squirts of Global Dryer in there. And then I'll add some liquid, which this is the liquid that I've been using. I also got a another thing that I'm going to be trying out here pretty soon from Siobhan as well. It is it's an amber thing, so that's exciting. I've never used an amber varnish before, even though I think I have some back at the States as well. Okay, that should do it. Again, what we're doing is we're kind of glazing it up. So, you know, going through this. And I've also got some of that red still in here. So, again, I'm not looking to be perfect on these colors. I'm looking to create an interesting texture is really all I'm trying to go for. You know, kind of purples and reds and stuff like that that are all kind of going together. And we'll get a good mix of stuff. All right, so then we're going to go in here. I'll lay down some of this guy's here. I'll lay down some more over here. Oh, this is gonna be more than enough. All right. Ooh. Do not get paint all over the house. Not that it really matters all that much. But my landlady would not be exorbitantly happy. As of course, if she doesn't let me buy this place, you know, really kind of hoping that she lets me buy it. You know, like this place. And I'd like to have a permanent base here in Luca as well. You know, yeah, I probably will end up living in other places as time goes on. But yeah, I haven't gotten to the point where I've made a lot of hard decisions when it comes to that kind of thing. I went to Nice for the first time, and let's just say it is a fantastic place. And I can already hear many of you with the obligatory comments about how nice it is. That's fine. All right. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm lying in. I'm going to cover up everything, okay? And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to do some blending. You know, I've got this other brush that's pretty intensely dry. Come in and blend in some stuff. Kind of see what we can get going on. And then I'll see if I can't get to be a little bit more happy with this. Thanks. some of these bases in here, color day, and then I'm gonna hit it with the dry brush to kind of feather out some of these edges. I just want to kind of get some of the putting in place, like getting it like moved around into the areas that I think I want it to go into. All right, starting to see that. Yeah, that's starting to look more in the area that I want it to be. Again, it's going to darken up some more. These are all going to still be in the background and in the layers. I mean, it's not going to ever get completely covered up again as we're doing some thicker glazing and whatnot. We're always going to come back down to these colors. All right. Do I want a little bit more in here? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to be doing some other drawings today, probably, because I'm not going to have the ability to paint my other painting until probably later on tonight. So I wiped it down with, I painted it down with some cobalt dryer earlier today. Because again, when one of the things that you'll notice about several types of paints is that the more of the what's it called? Like lighter colors, like whites and stuff like that. The drying times are just over the fucking top, and that bleeds into all kinds of other things as well. Okay, so that is where we're at with this. Get this stuff into here. We need the process of being cleaned. All right, now I'm going to come in and use this new brush that I have, which is very exciting. But yeah, basically, all I'm doing at this point in time is I'm softening everything. The niceties of these really soft brushes and dryness that you get with them is that you can come through and sort of really just soften everything up, get rid of a lot of those brush strokes, stuff like that. This is allowing me to have like a decent sort of layer of, just colors that are going in. And you have to be careful where you stop your brush stroke, because it's not going to ever be nice whenever you've stopped halfway through a brush, because it kind of tends to lift things up. So you want to taper off as you're completing your brush stroke, because you don't have that abrupt thing where your brush is inadvertently stopping and kind of picking up more of the pigment off of the actual the life of a painter. Little things that you'll notice as you're painting, and they're unavoidable. There's just nothing you can do about it. Wherever your painting studio is at, just do not hope that you're ever going to be able to keep it free of paint. The paint's going to be there throughout all of it. You're just going to have to live with the concept, I think. At least that's what I do. Try not to cry yourself to sleep too much on the things that you ruin with your oil paint. Or just be okay with the aesthetic of that kind of bohemian, I've got paint everywhere, but that's okay because I'm fantastic. You'll know, and I have my paintings everywhere, and I am very nice. Alright, so doing some stuff here. Making sure that I don't have any brush strokes. Well, that I don't want, at least. Decent coverage here. Let's see what I mean. So we got this reddish purple. Again, this is going to get darkened some more over time. The next layers will get progressively darker. I may do another like drippy layer that goes into it as well. I have not yet decided, but I am getting these guys now cleaned up. Stuff like that. So does this fit? Yeah. Yes. Just barely. Brushes a lot. Trying to keep them nice. Need to get some brush cleaner. Yeah, brush cleaner here. Well, little things that you notice over time, or if I do have brush cleaner, I don't know what I do with it. So I should probably order some. Have it shipped. And I'll get it here. I mean, I guess I could buy it from the local art store. Which would be nice for him. I do like the guy. Again, he's a sweetheart. Makes all my camera things, But again, it's a local art shop, and it's inside of the city walls, so there are some expenses that go into it that are, I'm sure make it more difficult. He makes a good living. Again, the art school students keep him very well figured out. Yes. Clean, also clean, and also clean. So, these guys sitting over here, like that. That is done. All right, so that is this layer on this one. As you can see, right there, it is, I like it. Like I said, it's an interesting thing. I'm going to come in a little bit later. We're going to start adding in some probably, so we did the purples and the reds. Basically what I'm trying to do with this is I'm trying to give almost a black background that is going to be there, but it's going to be a complicated, textured black background with lots of additional colors in it. So we've done the purples and we've done the reds. And we've done. So now we're gonna lean in on some. Probably next time we're gonna do some oranges, maybe some oranges, maybe some yellows. I'm not sure. We're gonna start getting our lighter colors in, and then finally we'll come in with like our blues and greens, and kind of that will kind of push that sort of thing forward. Now the yellows that I'm going to put in here, I might just make the yellows kind of like almost a drip layer, or alternatively, I really wish I had a heat gun here. I'm going to have to go. It's going to be on the list of things I need to buy. I'm going to get a heat gun so that I can. So I have a little patio out back, which I think I'm going to turn into a secondary painting studio sort of thing. So that'll be fun. I'm gonna get this guy set up. I'm gonna have like little places to put the microphone all over the place. I don't know. I have some ideas on how it's gonna work. But yeah, for the most part, here we are. I'll be back probably in a few. Just got to get set up for the next painting, and we'll go from there. Yeah, the next painting is going to be, maybe will be a drawing. I'm not sure. So I may be drawing out something on a board. I have to figure it out, though. All right. So thanks, guys. See you in a bit.